tuned right now. We're back here with some more Baba Is You, where last episode ended in perhaps not abject failure, but something pretty close. So let's carry it on with stage meta 15, breaking and entering, and seeing if we can, I don't know, maybe tighten things up a little bit this time. Water is sink, flag is word. Oh. Word has returned. Wall is stopped, rock is pushed, door is shut, Baba is us, door is stopped, flag is open. I don't see oh, there is a level is word here. Okay, so that's probably going to be important at some point, but in the short term, trying to get the win. Water is sink, so we've got a rock we can sink. We also have text we can sink because it is not float, thankfully, because apparently I don't understand that rule enough to play this video game. Flag is word. We want that win. What is open? Flag is open. So if flag is word, that does let some unusual things happen. Right off the bat, I'm seeing that we could do something along the lines of... Oh, we probably need push, eh? So I guess we get rid of this is. This is. Just as a thought. Because I was thinking... What was I thinking? I guess I was thinking... Well, I suppose if we do text has flag, and then sync some text, we can get... another flag, and then if flag is word, we can do flag is push to get them in front of each other, and then we could do flag is text and flag, if you see what I mean. I think by like stacking them on top of each other is sort of where my mind headed here. It's probably best if this is all a bit further back, huh? Oh, I can't really the way I've done this. I see the problem. No, wait, I can, because I can go flag is push and then go hill, and then do this. Just get this all away from the water so it's a little cleaner. So if we do this to get this here, so that flag is flag, but also flag is no longer pushed, so we can get the thing text on here. Oh no, flag is... Oh, because I've already said flag is flag, so it can't be flag and text. Okay. So it should be flag has text then, I suppose. Or no. It is text and text has flag? It's something like that, right? You see the vision? You see the vision? I think you see the vision. Flag is text and text has flag. Well, that doesn't really help because we just keep getting this, I guess. Oh, sorry, silly me. We just need to do another text has this, and you get a third one, and then we can do that thing we do where we... Oh no, I need push, I guess, huh? Oh, that's fine. Is it? Yeah, because we can maybe. The point. So what I want is that flag has flag, so I can just keep pushing it through the door, basically. So it needs to be. Oh yeah, that's fine, isn't it? I can just say it is push to get this all in just clean way, so that I can go. Oh no, I need another one beyond that. Right? Okay. So I simply do text has thing and then break text. So, okay, question. If I just started over, actually. Bonk. Text has flag. Get rid of one is, but I do it next to the other one this time. Maybe more like this. Then we do flag is push. Is it such a thing that I can say, how should I do this? Do text has flag like this, and then will it make it for one statement and then sync so that we get a third one here? That's exactly what happens. And then all we have to do is flag has flag and flag is push, and then we just go... Sorry. Calmly do this rather than what I was thinking, because it doesn't work like that. And then... okay, it gets more complicated at that point. Or does it? Hang on. I suppose then... Oh, it does get more complicated at that point, huh? Okay, so you can't... It's not like you could get flag is win, because you would have to get the is all the way to the left and then go down somehow, so that doesn't happen. So you do push it like this. Oh, I guess, and then... Well, you need the is... How does that work? I think level is flag is going to be the easier thing to do, because all you would have to do is, instead of taking it up as far as the doors as we did, we would smash that one open, and then, or sync that one, and then level is flag. If it's a word, that works. But how do we win with the win all tucked up in this corner? Oh, I think I get it. I don't quite know how you would get this to come about, but it's like you would have had to have had another one another flag that you pushed to be here, and then once you get as far as here, you would say that flag isn't push, and then you push the win through it, so you get flag blank win, and you can just slot the is in. But that requires more... No, it doesn't. Actually, we can do that now, because we don't need the has thing anymore. So we can just do this. I see. It was that simple all along. We're good. And I think having thought about it that hard, I have also figured out how to do the level is thing we were trying to do here. So we're all right. Okay, good. So that's that. Win and bonk. And I'll go back in to turn it into a flag, which is mostly the same solution. The real hard thing here, I think, was that although I lucked out and thought of it quite quickly, was the breaking the text at the same time that you say it has the flag. So if I set this all up again... Oops. Text has flag, get rid of an is. Text has flag, get rid of the text. Flag is push. Do this, set this back up. Get this, and get another one, and level is flag. So we can do that easily enough. That went by a lot faster than stage 14. So flag as ghost is something we can say, and then we can move around. Oh, if we don't have flag as word, though, then we can't say flag as win with this flag. So I wonder how that goes. And I will worry about it after we've checked out stage 16, the return of Scenic Pond. Uh-oh. Wasn't that like a hard one? Oh, it is. Level Metal 16, the return of Scenic Pond. I remember being stuck here for a very long time. Water is sink, text is defeat, wall is stop, skull has wall, fence is stop, Baba is us, skull is sink, Kiki has text. How can we forget the legendary origin of the infinite Baba machine? Kiki has text, which is the word Kiki. Baba is us. And we could say has Kiki, but Kiki would have to also be us for that to be effective, because otherwise we're going to just have a Kiki and then we are nothing. We are in the void, lost in the fractals. We've got an is float here. Skull has wall, skull is sink. There's a lot going on. We seem to want to make the flag win, although it's possible that we could do has text and get some text in there so that Baba was win or something. This would be a lot better if I could remember like exactly what the solution for the earlier versions of Scenic Pond were. This is just a classic Baba is you puzzle though, so I can understand why they felt compelled to put it up, make me suffer through it a third time. Fence and wall are stop, is float, makes float. In this case, is just to avoid sink, I guess. So perhaps if we did something along the lines of text has Baba, just throwing stuff at the wall here, bear with me. We can get a second Baba by doing this, and then if I say that Baba has text, we can get the word Baba so that Baba is float. And then we can just fly over everything? Except we have to break it so that we can get back onto the flag at that point, I guess. How am I gonna do this with the two of us? Like this, I guess. So I've got like 60% of the solution here already, maybe. But I feel like there's no way it's all that simple, right? But Baba's float means I can get over this, and, well, obviously, Baba is win would be awesome at this point, but it requires, breaking this, of course, which is bad. I could say text is win, in which case I don't actually win unless I'm occupying the same... Oh, right. That. Anyway, I'm stalling here. I could do this, obviously, but then I have to get down, effectively. And I don't know how I would. Because you can't really, I can't really mess with this now. Which is why I've got this funny feeling I'm going to have to make something else be win. Or something like that. The idea behind Skull Has Wall seems to simply be you can't sink anything into it. Or not to, you wouldn't for any reason, because at that point, the text would appear on the wall and you couldn't push it out or anything. So I think it's meant to nudge you toward this Baba is float situation. So this is part of why I feel like I'm probably not that far off on the solution. I'm trying to think, is there some way we could have had Baba or text has more than one thing? Like text has Baba and Kiki, like they're on the same spot. We just start it again here. If we did that, we wouldn't actually have anything to sacrifice, so to speak. And it seems like we need Baba has text later for to make Baba his float. And Kiki isn't push or anything, so it's not like getting text as Kiki and then making that a thing would help in any meaningful way. By the way, just remind me, if you had it like this and then did one up, it wouldn't... a Kiki wouldn't pop out because you break it and then it sync it. Right, okay. What did I do first anyway? Text has Baba, surely. So I could get my second Baba, sacrifice one of them to be his float, so on. Alternatively, we could get another Baba by doing this. And I don't know what having 3 would get us at that point, but possibly something. We can, at this point, go Baba has text, and since we have more than 1, we could chain this over and over. Oh, yeah, I guess that's actually probably it. Because this way, you can get 1 Baba through the skull and then have others still down here. Right? So we do this. Oh, I guess that's not a helpful place for that, actually. You know what? We don't even need any more, do we? Oh, no. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It would have to be... Okay, I think I see. We do this. Sorry. We are doing the thing like we did earlier, I think, except I think what's going to happen in the end is we're going to put 2 Babas in the same spot and have 1... So we're going to have 3 Babas by the end, kind of like we do now. And we're going to do something like this, that the 2 of them end up on the same spot, and it's that one of them will sink it and the other one will... Never mind, they both sink? I didn't realize that was how that would work. I assumed one of them would sink it and the other one would stand there fine. Okay, and what I was going to suggest was that they both jump onto this thing and then one of them sinks with the skull and the other one ends up on top of the wall and does the... Oh, you would need more than that anyway. You need to do it like twice. So you couldn't, actually. Okay, well then that makes it sound like Baba is Float is the thing that has to happen. Ah, okay, right. But there is a way you can break that, I understand. It's like the jailbreak thing. You can break his float if you push it onto one of your friends. There's just enough room for that. Okay. I got it. Texas Baba! Gimdat Baba! How did we get 3 just now? Wait, what the hell? How did we get 3? I don't remember now. But so long as we have 2, once we sort this out, since this flag is win, and Baba's floating, we can just split the 2 up such that there's, 1 here, 1 here, and then one of them pushes the text on the other and then breaks through it, like we did way back in, like, the second world. So all I had to do is do that thing I just did, that I don't remember, that allowed me to get more than 1 Baba that was floating. Or really just allowed me to get 3 Babas, because then I can sacrifice one of them to make us float. Oh, no, I see. I did use one of these, right, didn't I? I did that. Ah. So that won't fly again. Text is defeat, so it can't be you. That's kind of the idea. Okay, well then, that does change things a little. Supposing I did do 3 of us for a moment, though, one thing that allows me to do is get another one like this. Although that one can't get out now, so a better way to do it would be here. I'm sort of bouncing back and forth between plans now, but maybe this lets something happen. We don't know yet. To be clear, what it does not allow us to do is the thing I thought before, though, right? Where the double Baba spot here can't do that so that one of them ends up on top or anything. Not, again, that would help you get flag to be his win. That is how I got the 3rd one last time, right? I messed up the words down there. Right, the idea behind the skull having wall is so that you can't do the erstwhile solution of Baba has Baba to just walk through it multiple times, like go through it once to get the flag down and then again to get the flag to the right. It becomes a wall to that point so that you cannot do that even if your Baba spawns another Baba after exploding. So it does seem like Baba is float is the idea, so I'm feeling like it's probably more like what I was saying where your Baba is float to get this done, and then you go back down here with 2 Babas and use them to split it apart. And again, text is defeat, so if you do text as you, this happens. Well, I felt really close there, and I seemingly wasn't. It would be no problem if I could at this point do text as has Baba and then wreck the text. But that would require already having moved this statement up, which you need 3 to do. Unless you had another is. Did I get rid of an is at the start? It was a Kiki I got rid of, right? We only ever had the one is. Not including this one. And wall is stop, so it's not as though you could have somehow sacrificed a Baba here to put a Baba word here and then float to push it across, because float does not cross stop. I'm currently wondering, and I think the answer is no, if there's any way to have a word like this pop out here and then change the way is you is formed? Because if we had Baba is you and text has Baba, and I used text to complete that and by pushing it into the water, kind of like we did in the previous one, we could get an extra Bob out of it, and then this whole plan works. It feels like I gotta sync the word text while saying it has Bob. Oh, it's silly me. That's not hard. You're just being a dunderhead. Sync this one first. I'm glad I rubber ducked that one, because I feel like if I was just thinking about it silently, I wouldn't have gotten it. Get the word Baba there. And then you can get another one by doing text has Baba, completing the statement. by syncing text, which is, it makes sense that this is grouped with the other one because it's kind of the same idea. Well, I said that solves all my problems, but I guess it doesn't yet. You know what? I suppose it would have to be more like we sync has Baba at the same time with 2 Babas. Right, okay, so like, okay, I think I got it. It's a bit awkward to do here, so if we just move you out of the way a little bit, we do something like skadoosh. Ooh, don't do that. And now that we have 2, we can do a motion that involves 2 at once, which... Nope, because the whole thing was that Baba has the word Baba. So I did this, so that the Baba was already there, and then all I need to do is push has text there. The text syncing like this, but then we can't get more Babas out of these, so it's null and void. This is only really valuable if there were 2 of us, and this was still water, and we pushed text has in at the same time to end up with 4 Babas. Or 3. Some number. No, that doesn't work anyway. I can't do that at this point anyway, because I need... wait, okay, now... to do the float thing, I need to have this situation. Oh, okay, no, but that's still right, because... I see the problem. It's like I would need all the water gone, but this one. And then has Baba, and still 2 Babas left. Wait. No, it can be 1 at that point. Because I'm going to do text has Baba, so I get a second Baba, but I also have the word Baba to do Baba. Oh no, but then Baba needs to be Baba has text at that point. Is it some situation where I need to have 2 Babas explode in the same spot so that they create 2 of the words Baba, so that we could say text has Baba Baba or something like that? Something like text has Baba, get another one from here. With this feels wrong because I feel like we have to do the float thing at some point, right? But if we were doing this and then Baba has text, I guess we wouldn't even be able to tell because they all end up on the same spot regardless. Baba has text and we blow up 2 at once like this. It's definitely 2 Baba words there. So if instead of doing it quite like that, we had done it in a way, well, actually, if we had done it like that and gotten 2 there and then done text as Baba, we get 2 Babas out again. But if they're on the same spot, it doesn't really achieve much. So actually, I don't know why I did that instead of just a configuration like this. Oh, I think I see why, because I was trying to game the system by getting 2 words the text has on the 2 Baba things. So to get more Babas. I feel like that is where this ends up though, is Baba is float and there's more, and you end up with more than 1 Baba, so you can break that to land on the flag. Because I don't see a way you make this happen without Baba is float. Okay, wait, no, I see where my mind was going, because if I could get enough Babas from here, I only would need to have 3. 2. 3. I would need 3. If I could get 3 without breaking this. Okay. If I can get 3 Babas without breaking the word text, without breaking this has text, and without losing either of these, because I don't think float can come out of here in any way, then that should be a priority. But it seems like this float thing has to happen first, because if I'm going to use a Baba for it, then I am down to 1 Baba, so if I need another Baba, what I'm going to be syncing is text, so this has to already have happened because I can't sync text and then do the Baba is float thing. So it very much does feel like I have to get this far and now sync the word text. Or sync some text anyway. I mean, with effect, not just doing this. But if this never moves up unless I have 3, and if I had 3, this would already be fine. It doesn't sound like that's what we're doing. And of course, to the shape of this, you cannot push anything in. If you had another Baba, you could maybe get them inside here. It's that you could push it down at least, but that's about all. You wouldn't ever get it to this wall. So I think the only way that basically says there are only 2 things you could do with this, which are either this, in which case float is useless, so it's not that, or this, which case you get this statement, which case you're using float to its only sensible purpose, so we must do that, just when. Basically the question is, do I do that when I've got 2 or 3 Babas? Because if it's 2, I end up with 1 like this, and so I have to get another Baba on the fly now. And if it's 3, it means I already got 3 Babas. 4, really. No. I already got 3 Babas before sinking one to make this happen, so that one could go do so we could do the flag statement like this, and then break the float thing by getting one on this side, stretching them out so that they're like this, then we push it like this, and then one of them's down here and goes up, and it breaks the statement. So either you make this happen and then acquire another Baba, or you acquire 3 Babas and then make this happen. And you would think it would have to be you acquire 3 Babas and then make that happen, because when you have 3 Babas, you have more to work with for doing this. And this is where you would do something weird like get the word Baba twice so that text has Baba Baba, and then you break the word. So you break something. I feel like it's another situation where it matters in what order you break the lake. I just don't know how. So this is why the solution of old, so to speak, does not work. And if you did this, you can't get the Baba thing in there, but even if you could, you couldn't then turn it off. That's the whole point. I'm getting this weird feeling like I came up with a solution earlier, and like I'm suddenly now not thinking of it. This feels like such a solve, so why isn't it? If I'm floating, I can go in the water to get stuff out of here. Does that mean anything? I feel like I've come up with 3 really brilliant solves that have nothing to do with each other and might not actually be anything relevant to the solution. That was wrong. But almost unquestionably, we do Baba has text and sync a Baba here, right? At some point? Okay, the plan I had about getting 2 of the word Baba on 1 square, I think, does not help, because I believe it only would help if you then had still 2 Babas to work with, which would mean you started with 4, which is way beyond our wildest dreams, or it means that the Baba is stuck here, in which case the only way you're using it is with that text has Baba shenanigans I just pulled, which just gets you 2 more Babas from here, at which point text is gone and you can't use it for this anymore, so you don't... It's over. If you were to do Baba has text to get this here before then, you wouldn't be able to do the Baba, because that would mean you had 4 Babas. It would mean you had... 1 was for this, 1 is the one you're going to keep, and then the other 2 were the ones you turned into the 2 words Baba. So I think that's a no thing. That's not happening. Clever though it felt, getting 2 words Baba on the same spot to do text has 2 Babas. I am, however, pretty sure that you don't sink is into the water to get another Baba from here, because I'm pretty sure there's no way to then make Baba is float, which I'm pretty sure you need. So I have been able to narrow down a lot of what it isn't. You're not sinking 2 Babas into one spot to make Baba. You're not sinking the is into here to make another Baba. You are sinking a Baba in here to make it the word Baba for Baba is float at some point, and you are otherwise acquiring more Babas, but you aren't ever doing 2 of the word Baba on the same spot, I don't think. In which case, you always have this number of items, in which case, one of these will eventually become the Baba that goes here, so you'll have 6 ignore these 3, I guess. Between these, you'll have 3 remaining. Okay, well, it can't be then, because... or can it? Hang on. Well, yeah, then what it sounds like is one of these 4 things becomes the word Baba here, so you only have 3 things left of these. One of them is Baba, and the other 2 are text has, and then one of text or has becomes another Baba. It seems like the only way it could come about. I don't think the Baba trick will work here, because in any case, the 2 Babas need to be separate, so Baba is only ever going to create 2 Babas on the same spot, which cannot be taken away from one another, which defeats the whole purpose. Because contrary to my memory, if you have 2 things walk onto a sync space at the same time, they both disappear. Here's a weird question. I think I know the answer. If I know that this thing up here is going to say Baba in a minute, and I set it up preemptively like this, nope, that doesn't work because it's not going to say Baba in a minute. I think even if I could have it so that Baba has text and the has text was up here, the Baba would show up here after the Baba explodes, so it wouldn't count. Oh, can we use the same has somehow to do Baba has Baba and text at the same time? Is that a thing? Feels like it should be. Like I should be able to have some way to turn one of these Babas into the word Baba, get him out, and say Baba has text Baba, so that I can sync one here and get a second one and the word Baba here. So it's how do I get them on the same spot, which I can't. That's stupid. You're a dreamer, you foolish idealist. It's gonna be something weird like that though, right? You're doing like Baba and text has Baba, or Baba has text and Baba, something like that, with the hases. Because the problem is that we don't have enough objects, so we need to create more, and the way you do that is by making multiple statements at once. Multiple has or is statements. And we can't mess with the is. Text is Baba would be bad, Baba is text would be bad. And we do, technically, not easily accessible, but we do have 3 object words, so one has is a thing. If you could just have this out somehow. There must be some way to get them on the same spot, right? No, there can't be a way to get them on the same spot. You'd have to make the word Baba show up on the word text, which would imply the only way the word Baba shows up is if Baba has it and syncs. So the Baba and the text would have to be in the same spot and sync, which, as we've established, does not. It syncs both of them. Unless it's different if they're different words. Like if it's text and a Baba, I guess we'll try that. I don't see why it would be, though. That's not possible anyway, actually. Because it would have to be Baba has, and then you push the text onto the water while it's on the same spot as a Baba, which would imply, well, it would get another word text, wouldn't it? No, it would get another word Baba, and it would, but more importantly, it would require 2 Babas, which can't be if you've already got one of them acting as the word Baba for Baba has text. Because then you would have 3 Babas, which would mean you did this thing, I think. It just doesn't it feel so right that once the word Baba is here, I have Baba, and text. I should be able to do Baba has text and Baba. Because if you do text has Baba and Baba, or even Baba has text and text, something weird like that, right? 2 in the same spot doesn't help unless they're different, because if you get the word Baba and a Baba on the same spot, that's useful because the Baba that is an actual Baba will walk off it, and then it's as though you got 2 objects for free. Text has Baba and Baba doesn't help anything, because you just end up with 2 Babas, which at best can get you 2 word Babas on the same spot, which at best will get you 2 Babas when you sync it, which at best will get you 2. Like, it doesn't add up to anything if they're on the same spot in this case. If the water were shut and the Babas were open, it's a different story, I think. But apparently, if one thing is enough to fill the water, so is 2 and 3 and 4, which makes no physical sense, but it makes a Baba is you-ish kind of sense. Okay, if you're not float, you cannot get flag to be win. Does that sound right? It does to me. Can you get text as float so that you could push something up here and say, like, Baba is win? No, because you can't get this in here that far. So Baba has to be float and to make flag as win. So it's going to be flag. Baba then has to cease being float. Those are, I'm pretty sure, concrete truths. Baba becomes float, makes this happen, stops being float, which means at that point there will be more than 1 Baba. Presumably 2, because otherwise you'd have extraneous ones. With flesh alchemy, one of these objects will become a Baba, if it wasn't already, and then we will have Baba has text. That Baba thing will go to this water, sink into it, and pop out the word Baba to get Baba is float. Because Baba is the only thing that can do has text, except Kiki, I guess, but forget that. So there's going to be a Baba who's going to end up here to make the is float thing happen, at which point you still need a Baba to control. So you will have 2 Babas, 2 or 3 Babas, at that point, one of whom will go in here to do Baba is float, and then the remaining Baba bracket S bracket will set this whole situation up and then go back here and break this. I don't feel I'm wrong about any of my assertions on that front so far. So it is, again, the question of, do we get to 2 Babas, sync one, and then find another one on the way to doing all this? Or do we produce 3 Babas without wrecking has text, then say Baba has text and sync 1 here to go do all this. And until we do this thing, we can't break has or text, because we need Baba has text to be there for that. Then it's one of two things. Either this Kiki, the Baba that this Kiki will become is the one we're syncing, and we're finding another, or we are doing some double has situation to acquire 3 before syncing the Baba here. Because if we sync this one without having done a double has situation, it must be before, right? Because whatever we're doing the double has with is probably the word that this Kiki became. So you would think we would want to set it up before we start losing parts to do this thing. And perhaps more importantly, it's going to be a tight enough setup that we couldn't ditch an object and then set it up, probably. All that to say, anyway, it has the feel that we are getting a third Baba before syncing one in here, because you have more resources to act before you sync one of them, obviously. Tentatively saying that you're getting a third one before you're syncing, doing the float thing. So let's try every permutation of this I can think of to that end. In which case it'd be, you have Baba has text Baba, and you had 2, and you sunk 1, so, but that would require having already done a double has situation. Because as you can see, we don't have Baba text has Baba. And 2 Babas. Now I'm thinking of really weird solutions like Baba there has text, and then somehow putting a Baba there by exploding or something to create a cross section, if only we could. Oh, text is defeat, so you also can't share a space with text for that reason. Right. Does that have application? It does, doesn't it? Because you could get Baba and text on the same space by doing that. I hadn't even considered that. Something like, I mean, it's not fully formed just yet, but that's an idea, and it's starting to feel like the right idea to do something like this. You get Baba has text Baba, so you can do this kind of thing. That's probably not nothing, eh? Oh. Does it maybe mean we can do... no, not really. Hang on. It feels like that has to play a part, though, right? The fact that we can explode a Baba on command now without having to do it in the water? Probably the better to do it by the fence, so that we don't lose access to the statement forever, I guess. And then before I do the float thing, I can do this kind of thing to get more Baba words, which I wanted for some reason, probably. Well, I suppose at this point, if I now do Baba's float, I can push the text along? No, it syncs. So I can't do this. Right, okay. So at least I don't want to block that one off, but I could get another Baba like this. And why do I feel like I want this? Again? Remind me? Because now I do text has Baba, or I can. To get another one like, this? Yes, apparently. Yeah. Of course, as it was foretold. I'm not 100% sure why that works, but it does, it's roughly like what I was thinking, so I call it a win. Aha, so the key the whole time was just figuring out that, I could blow myself up with the text because it was defeat, which I should have probably picked up on a little sooner, but I am just glad that I got there without having to use a guide or any such thing. Exciting days to be sure. So it seems that the only thing left to do within meta is whatever we're doing in center, which we have yet to even look at, this whole business up here, and the is-win thing. No idea what I'm doing for the is-win thing, though. How would we even get a word in here? Or the keyword word to make us a word? And am I sure that flag was the only thing that this one could have made us into? Oh, right, I was saying before it feels like it would have to be the level is text, right? Which there might be a way to do. And then I guess you'd have to do something like turn the cursor into a ghost, move the word level here, then turn it back into a cursor so it can get on it, and then turn it back into a ghost so it can go here, and then push it right, and then up here. It'd have to be something like that, I imagine. Next time on Baba Is You, because that is all the time we have for now. But we appear to have cleared all the main stages of the meta world, so that feels vaguely good. So perhaps next episode we'll start with trying to get the is-win thing here. Yeah, then I don't know, am I gonna try and figure out more about this situation? Or go straight to center? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I guess if you could get center to be is Baba, then your cursor would start here and you could navigate the Baba all the way over to this thing to see what's going on with it. The path forks ahead, friends. Next week on the channel is gonna be some more Persona 3 Portable. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Whatchamacallit? The slash move, the cleave, so that's fine. And this is only doing 71 to me, and magic doesn't seem to crit, so I think we're gonna be alright here. Once again, the ordeals, not much of ordeals, but I won't take the chances anyway. I'll do my best to just keep at it with the healing and stuff.